Namaste everyone, my name is Ai Kubo. I'm here at the Yoga Tree Haze Studio in San Francisco. Today I'd like to go over a very basic of Chaturanga Dandasana, which is a very common pose for Vinyasa practice. And from my experience, a lot of students like to do Chaturanga but not in the proper way, and end up having injuries in shoulders, especially in the rotator cuff, and it's very painful to watch as a teacher. So every once in a while in my class I do tutorial for Chaturanga. Now let's come into on your knees, or you can actually stand up. You will take your thumbs into your armpits. You will squeeze your thumbs with your arm and your upper chest muscles and lifting up. So your chest lifts up. You're squeezing your thumbs with your upper arm and your chest muscles. And what it does is this will bring your shoulder blades onto your back. And this is going to be the basis for your plank pose and transition to Chaturanga, which is actually really hard for most of us. It takes a lot of core strength. So now remember the thumbs lifting up. Release your hands. Now inhale, bring your arms right straight forward. This is your plank pose without weight. Now imagine you still have your thumbs. Squeeze those imaginary thumbs with your arm and your chest, which will bring your shoulder blades to support. And when you exhale, you will bend your elbows, keeping the remembrance of your thumbs, shoulders back. This is your Chaturanga. Now go back to your imaginary plank pose, but keep those imaginary thumbs, and back to Chaturanga, imaginary Chaturanga. Now when you push your hands down, this is your up dog. You keep your shoulders back. In up dog, your shoulders tend to move forward, so keep your shoulders back. Then you will go up to downward facing dog when your arms are above your head. Good. So now we will do this with a little bit of weight. Palms together to your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold and touch the floor. Inhale, look forward. Now come to plank pose. Now this is much harder now that you have your weight, so take your knees to the floor. Remember those thumbs in your armpit. You will move your chest forward and squeeze your imaginary thumbs in your armpit, and notice the shoulder blades coming onto your back. Now you might stay here for your plank, or you may lift your knees off the floor. It might take some time to strengthen these muscles to get used to it, so be patient. Now take your knees down, move your chest forward, keep squeezing those imaginary thumbs. You will bend your elbows. Your shoulder won't drop because you're squeezing those muscles. Keep your shoulders back. You will come to half Chaturanga Dandasana. Then push the hands down, come to up dog, feet down. Squeezing those thumbs, shoulders back, and you will go back, downward facing dog. Do this one more time. Inhale, the plank pose. Now this time you might take your knees down again, move your chest forward and draw your muscles of your upper arm to your chest, squeezing your imaginary thumbs. Exhale, bend your elbows to half Chaturanga, and if you want to challenge yourself keeping this, lift your knees off the floor for full Chaturanga Dandasana. Then flip your feet, up dog. Squeeze, same action in your shoulders. Downward facing dog. Take your knees to the floor, come to your seat. I hope it was useful for those who do a lot of Chaturanga. Practice this in your regular Vinyasa class, and it will prevent you from having future shoulder injuries. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.